We will be measuring pulmonary function using this equipment, which is a non-recording wet spirometer. Non-recording because we have to manually collect the data using this scale right here. And wet, that's actually water under the bell right here. That's the reason that this specific spirometer can only collect expiration data. You can only expire into this equipment. You cannot do inspiration. If you do inspiration, water can come into your lungs. So we're gonna get our patients. And the first step is to add to the spirometer the one-way valve. So air is just going one direction, it protects her when you have multiple students using this equipment. And a cardboard piece, because you want her to place her whole mouth covering that cardboard. And if you have a second student doing this same experiment, we can switch cardboards, each one have your own. So we're gonna be collecting volumes, and we can use the data to calculate different capacities. The first volume we're gonna collect is the tidal volume, or TV, which is the amount of air that moves in and out of the lungs during quiet breathing. This is probably the most difficult to collect because we tend to force when we are using the spirometer. You really need to try to relax, think about something else, and not even look at the scale, that way you're not forcing. Okay, so that's better. If you look at the scale now, what each little line is representing is 100 ml. So if you get to number 1, that will be 1,000 ml or 1 liter. So in this case, we have, let's see, 500 ml. Now, what you want to do is reset. You want to make sure between measurements is always back in the 0. The way to reset this one, you cannot press it or water is going to come out. We need to remove the one-way valve. Now we can press it back and reset to the scale to 0. We would repeat the same measurement 3 times and calculate the average of the 3. So for this experiment, we're not gonna do the 3 of them, we're just trying to show you the technique. We're gonna move to the next volume, which is the expiratory reserve volume. This is the maximum amount of air you expire out after the tidal volume. So what you wanna do is breathe your normal in, normal out. After your normal out, then you place your mouth in the mouthpiece and expire everything you can. Keep going, keep going, go, 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 more, everything you can, there you go. So for this one, we got 1,600 ml. And again, we would repeat 3 times and calculate the average of the 3. Inspiratory reserve volume, we cannot measure with this equipment, again, because it's only measuring expiration for this specific spirometer. We can measure though the vital capacity, which is the total amount of air you can bring in and out during forced respiration. So you're gonna bring everything you can in and then everything can out into the mouthpiece. 4,100 ml.